right here, we will sign the Comprehensive Development Agreement that will officially launch the transformation of Red Cedar into a world-class global village. We have traveled a long road to realize the grand vision that we all share for the Red Cedar Renaissance. And today, we begin the next leg of a remarkable journey that will change the face of the Michigan Avenue corridor forever. I'm deeply grateful to our development partners, Joel Ferguson and Frank Cass, for helping us make our dreams come true. Thank you very much. Thank you for believing in Lansing and investing in Lansing. Kudos to Bob Trezise and LEAP, especially Chief Operating Officer Steve Willoughby, for their Herculean efforts to get us to this point. Thanks to my city team, Chad, Bob J., Randy, Janine, and to our able attorneys, Jack Davis and Ken Beal of the Loomis Law Firm. At an estimated $276 million, the Red Cedar Renaissance will be the single largest development in Lansing's modern history, other than our automotive plants. Bigger than the accident fund, bigger than the Rio Town cogeneration plant, and more complicated than perhaps both of those projects put together. We've known from the beginning that the Red Cedar site would be a monumental challenge to redevelop because it's in a floodplain. It will also be expensive. Public infrastructure alone will cost upwards of $76 million. But weighed against the $200 million in private investment by our development partners for a project that will transform Michigan Avenue as we know it, it will be worth every dollar that we put into it. It is also worth noting that the public infrastructure costs will be split between the city and our development partners, and all of it will be paid for by capturing the new property taxes generated by the development itself. And the city stands to make more than $7 million when we sell the land to our partners, which we can then reinvest in our parks and recreation system. We've assembled the team, and we know they can make it happen. We have the vision and the perseverance to get it done, and we will. But it will take time, approximately 1 year to design and engineer the project from the ground up. Then the actual construction begins. The final product will be worth the wait. Without further ado, I want to introduce our partner and the founder of our feast, Joel Ferguson.
I want to say thank you to everyone. I'm not certain about Randy Hammond though, because he wrote how long I could talk. Mayor Bernero, when he talks about the length of time it takes for this development, it reminds me when I was in college and I was working at Olsenfield. And I'm walking in one evening and I'm carrying my books, and the guys knew I was carrying the books and going to school, and they asked all the right questions. How many credits do you have? And I tell them, they said, well, how old are you? And I said, I'm 24, and they went through another thing. They said, well, how many credits you take each year? And I said, 12. And so finally one of them said, you know, yeah, you're not going to graduate until you're 27. I said, you know what? I said, if everything goes all right, I'll be 27 anyway. So the mayor says the length of time it's going to take. Yes, it's going to take some time. But at the end of time, we're going to have something special, and we're all going to, the time's going to pass, and we're all going to see activities out there, we're going to see things happening and everything else. Now, Burge can't talk about himself, but I can. And I'm in his office one day, and he's just talking, he says, you know, he said, Joe, when I first got elected mayor, I went to a mayor's conference, and the person had been mayor of the city for a long time, and he said, you know, cities are judged by the buildings and the developments they have and the developments they let happen and make happen. He said unemployment's gonna go up and down and many other things. But the real legacy and the real things that are gonna really show what type of city you have and what's the mark you're gonna leave is the things that you allow to be built and the things you encourage to be built. So Mayor, thank you for going to that conference. because what you got out of it is what's gonna really make Lansing a much larger city. It's gonna say something about you when you're still not here as mayor, that they're gonna say, Verge Monero led this and allowed this to happen. And I wanna thank you, Bob Trezise. I've never, ever thanked a headache before. I once said, you know, give a woodpecker a headache, you know, because, you know, we had some good times, but, you know, we worked our way through this. And I want to say this too, Pat Lindemann, you know, I've always, as a liberal Democrat who believes in jobs, but more than jobs, I believe in the environment. I don't believe you can ever create jobs at the expense of the environment. But here we got both. Here we're going to create jobs, but we're also going to clean up the environment. We're not just going to pump water into the river, we're going to make it so people can fish in it. We're going to have the open space adjacent to us to where we, in the summer, we can have picnics, we can have events out there where people can be out there, and we can really make Lansing a go-to place in the summer and year round. And this couldn't happen if we didn't have a drain commissioner who has talent and vision. So Pat, I want to thank you. And I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I afraid Bird's getting up to say you talk too long. Well, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I have a friend, I was on the Freddie Mac board, and I meet another person, and I end up going to a surprise, and meet this person, and I go to a surprise birthday party I'm part of in Phoenix, Arizona, in Scottsdale. And the second night there, we have dinner at the person's house, and I meet Frank Cass. And we hit it off. And I'm really blessed, and Lansing's blessed, because we have a person who has done over $300 billion worth of development. $3 billion, over $3 billion worth of developments across the country. And he's just a wonderful person. He's a quality person, and we have a lot of things in common. His wife's on the board of Ohio State. I'm here at Michigan State. He's going to come up, you don't think it's Halloween, because he's coming back Saturday. And he said, Joe, I'm coming back Halloween. I said, I mean, Saturday, but I'm wearing our Ohio stuff. And I said, yeah, it's still Halloween, because you're not wearing them funny costumes. But other than that, I'm just blessed, and Lansing's blessed that we have a person like him who decided that he believes in the Verge, Bob Trezise, Joel Ferguson, the rest of us have in Lansing. And I just want to say, I'm not going to introduce him yet. And the other thing, Chuck Clark. When we started this development, we started with Hobbs and Black and Chuck Clark working hand in glove. And every time we had a glitch or we had a problem or we had to work through something, Clark Construction, Chuck Clark, I would go up to his office, we would work, we'd prepare ourselves for meetings we'd have with a headache, and we would, and we would put stuff together in a form that we felt everyone could understand and we could get done. So I just want to, Chuck, please stand, and Clark Construction, your team. We're going to have a power presentation later on with House and Black and James Sharma and Bob Boyer. Will you guys please stand? Thank you. Past my 5 minutes, but again, I just want to help, and I want to thank all of you for being here today, and I just want to say this, that I wish I had invented, but the best is yet to come. Thank you very much.